Hello, my name is Randy Dobson. I'm an instructor here in the Houston, Texas area, and this video will be covering the offset command. Very useful command. I know in my business I use it quite often when I'm working on parking lots and roadways. Um, but it is a very helpful command that will save you lots and lots of time. Uh, it's one of those commands. It doesn't have its own little wording. It's right here. Looks like the little racetrack, two lines following each other. And again, like your other commands, you have to, until you become very fluent in them, you have to keep an eye down here at the bottom, okay, of your command line, what it's asking for. Okay, so I'm going to start the offset command, and it's saying specify offset distance. So it wants to know what you want to do first. How far do you want to do it? We're just going to we'll put in 2. Now it's saying select object to offset. Well, let's just say I want to offset this line. Now it's saying specify on side to offset. See, I'm not clicking anything, but notice how when I move it on either side, okay, I just have to click, uh, and I'm just going to click there. Now it's saying, select offset. I could do another offset of 2, and I can just keep doing 2, or I could click here and say multiple, um, and just keep clicking like that. See how fast that is? I'm offsetting 2, whereas you may have somebody that's going to offset it like this. Okay, this is what so many people that are getting paid right now to do AutoCAD do it, as opposed to doing it like this, to where I'm sorry, they start the command, click, they're going to go with 2, click this object, do multiple. Yes, if it would have worked for me. Multiple. See, and look how fast I can do this. I'm just clicking this, okay, as opposed to doing it this way. Okay, that's where it can save a lot of time. Now, sometimes you may not have an exact distance, but you kind of know where you want it. Uh, let's say that I want it to. Let me move this line over here. Say I wanted this line to be somewhere in the center. I'm not sure exactly where, but I want it to just kind of go across this circle. I can come up here to offset and go through. Now watch, when I go to offset, it's almost like it's copying is what it's doing. It's almost and just click there, and I've got that. If I wanted this arc to touch this polygon up here, I could click on that. It's still on through, and just right where it touches it. Okay, so I didn't have to put in a distance. Okay, nice little offset option that you can have. I'm going to erase some of this because I want to go back to the beginning. Now on the offset command, we're going to go back with distance. We'll put in 1 this time. You have to understand you can offset any object. This is a polyline that's closed. As you see, I can offset it. Here's a rectangle. I can offset it. Here's a circle. Here's an arc. But I want you to pay very close attention. I'm going to, on a circle, I can always offset going outwards. I can always increase it beyond 1. But watch what happens when I go to the center. I get if you can see right there in the center, see my little circle with the line through it? I call it my no smoking sign. Uh, what it's saying is you mathematically cannot offset something 1 unit if there's not enough room. Okay, it's the same thing over here. If I go to offset 1, I hit 1, enter, and I keep going in. See, look, it gives me the little sign saying, hey, I can't offset. There is not a distance where I can come off this line 1, this line 1, and this line. This mathematically cannot be done. So whenever you do see that little sign like that, what it's saying is AutoCAD cannot do this. It's a mathematical impossibility. So again, you can offset it. You cannot offset text. You can only offset, lines, polylines, circles, arcs. I mean, even the ellipse. I can offset it if I want to. And again, only to a point that math will allow me to do it. See, I'm going to get up here and see now it's messed up because it can't offset that. So it's a really nice command. If you ever have something at an angle and say you want to copy this over 10 feet, well, unless something is straight up and down, if I go to copy, I can go 10, and there I copied it 10 feet. Okay, or even if I wanted to move it 10 feet, I can move it. Okay, but when you're at an angle, the ortho doesn't work on that. So to move this over, you would have to almost eyeball it, and it wouldn't be exact. I can tell you that. Well, offset will do it for you. If you go to offset, we're going to say erase. It says, do you want to erase your source? I'm going to say yes. Now if I offset it 10, what I've done in essence is move it 10 is what I've done. Okay, and that's fairly new. That's only been around for a few versions. I forget which one, but very helpful. And again, the offset command can do quite a bit for you. Knowing that also, I'm gonna, one other little red flag. I'm gonna explode this. If I was to offset this, oh no, let me get something we can work with here. I'm going to go to offset 0.1. Get myself to work here. Offset 0.1. Oh, it's erased. See, and the erase is still on. I have to turn that off. Let me erase it back. Offset it back. As you can see, I would have to come in and clean up these corners if I was offsetting this big object. That is why it's best when you have something that's one object to go ahead and close it. As you can see, mine is when I offset it, it's nice clean corners. But if I exploded this and then now I went offset 1, look what would happen. I'd have to come back in, and again, there's people out there that would do that, and they would have to come back and either fill it or trim it instead of just joining it all together to get it to work correctly. That's a few extra little comments on offset, and that concludes my video on this. Thank you.